It's a show we call royalty-free Glee.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Hi, I'm Courtney Cheatham, and I'm a working actress here in New York City. I think I was 7 when I announced it to my mom and dad. I think I was in the car and I just said, I'm going to move to New York and become an actress. And they were like, okay. Which is really supportive of parents to a 7-year-old. And then that dream kind of just evolved as time went on. Musical theater kind of became more prevalent in my life, and then I went off to college and I started working at Disney, and the dream just kind of solidified from there. New York was always the goal. I just wanted to get out here. But I loved every step of the journey that the Lord has placed me on has been a building block. It's been something I've needed to learn to get to the next space. And that's been an incredible thing to see the Lord slowly but surely place people into my life. Because you need that, you need a support system in real life. I think that's what's so incredible about the people that come out of Valley Christian High School. We come out with such a support system. They look at the whole person. They want you to know exactly who you are in Jesus, as well as be able to sing a high C with Mrs. Yarbrough, or be able to understand subtext in a script with Mrs. Templeton. Marianne Slaughterbeak was and is an invaluable human being in my life. Mike Villa is one of my dearest friends. I got to go through Valley worship training with him. He and I did a class that Marianne created. He's insanely talented, and it's just been wonderful being his friend, and I'm a big Mike Villa fan.
Down by the water.
I'm Mike Villa. I run Villa Visuals. I'm the lead photographer and videographer, and we do all kinds of weddings, commercial, corporate events, with most of our business being wedding photography. I grew up in the church. My parents have been Christians since I was a kid, and I've believed in Jesus since I could speak almost. It's been really awesome to have that kind of support growing up and to grow up within the Christian community. I went to Valley Christian, obviously, which was a wonderful Christian community there, and from there went to Biola University. I met my wife, Carissa, at Biola University, and we've been married for almost 4 years now, and so I've been fortunate to be surrounded by a lot of really strong believers in my life, which has been great leading into this phase of life where a lot of the people in my life now are not believers at all, or maybe not strong believers. And so it's great to have that background being rooted in that Christian community and having grown up in that as something that I can strive to bring into my more secular community that I'm in now. Wedding photography involves just all the aspects of photography, which is really fun and engaging for me personally. It's also such a meaningful, big part of someone's life that it's really incredible to be there and to experience that, and to be a part of making that happen for someone is really a fulfilling career to have.
My name is Heidi Johnson. My stage name is actually Heidi Liz Johnson, and I have a career, I guess, in musical theater around the Valley. I've been working fairly consistently since I graduated from Valley, where I got my first big break in the musical theater community at 18. That was my first break-in with Hale Theater. They're based in Gilbert, and they're a semi-professional, professional theater, and at 18, that was very exciting because I'm getting paid to do what I love and what I'm hoping to be my career for the rest of my life. And it was Christmas Carol. I played Fred's wife, and the rest is history. I'm actually going to be doing that show for my 7th year this Christmas. I've been nominated and I've won an award with the Arizonis, and that's essentially the Tonys, but the state version. I was nominated for Joe March in the production of Little Women at Mesa Community College. I won the Arizoni for that last year. I would say that getting the Zoni for Joe March in Little Women was probably the highlight, just because that character was one of the characters that got me into musical theater. One of her songs, Astonishing, from the musical Little Women, was one of the first songs that I worked on with Marianne in my vocal lessons. So when I finally got the opportunity, and then I was honored with winning the award for it, it just really affirmed that I was doing the right thing, that I was in the right career path, and that God had placed me in the right place at the right time, and everything had just fallen into place.
Well,
My name is Brandon Bellerson, and I am one of the worship pastors at Compass Christian Church in Chandler. My faith and how it integrates in my life is really unique because I am a pastor. I lead worship, so I get to work with volunteers that serve on the worship team with me. So really my faith is integrated in everything that I do, but it's really unique because I get to do things that I'm passionate about, like play music, as well as love on people and pour into volunteers and disciple them as well. I really felt the call into ministry as I grew deeper in my relationship with Jesus. And I remember it was at a summer camp towards the beginning of high school when I really started feeling God move me towards wanting to do vocational ministry. And so I took steps to do that, including some steps that I got to fulfill with those giftings at Valley Christian.
I would say if I had any advice to a teenager now, and especially a teenager who wanted to be an actor, do it. If that's what you feel like God is calling you towards, then soak up everything you can with the people that are around you right now at Valley. Who you are called to be is who you should be. And the Lord's gonna meet your need every step of the way, but you have to trust enough to step out in that faith.
Christian education is important because at some point I think it's key to leave the Christian world. And so when that time comes, you need a strong foundation that's been put in place by your family, by your community, and ideally by your education and the school community that you surround yourself with. It's good to have a Christian foundation at such a formative stage where no matter what circumstance you're in or what community you're surrounded by, you can always look back to that base you've established during those high school or pre-high school years.
Christian education, for me, especially going to Valley, was huge in the influence that I needed to have in my life. Having the desire to maybe lead worship and practice my craft as much as I could, really Valley was a huge conduit in being able to do that.
I think Christian education is very important because it helps to have the like-minded people around you at that age because you want that solid foundation going into the real world.